Hey everybody, we're back for week 2 of my Pec Tear Recovery. I'm 5 days since my surgery. Not much has changed besides the pain levels are down. I stopped taking the painkillers that I was prescribed. If you saw how many painkillers that they prescribed me over the last 2 weeks, you wouldn't be surprised why there's an opioid epidemic in this country. Big Pharma has got to figure it out. So I stopped taking those 2 days after surgery. If need be, I will take some ibuprofen, but right now I'm doing everything I can to keep inflammation down on my own by being conscious of what I'm putting into my body. Now that I'm recovering from something, I'm being extra cautious when it comes to fast foods, pizzas, things like that. So what I might, have twice a week, kicking all that junk food out the door right now and really honing in on my diet and my supplements and doing what I can to combat inflammation naturally. But I'm letting my body run its course of inflammation naturally as well. So it's sending signals right now, repair, 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 to my pec, and I don't want to be suppressing those with ibuprofen or anything else. One thing that I'm really making sure that I'm getting enough of and getting more than usual of is my collagen. Collagen has studies all over the place for elasticity of skin, muscle tissue, joints, things like that. I'll link those studies. I'll even put up a couple screenshots while I'm talking about it and link the studies down below for you to do your own research. Collagen is key when it comes to connective tissue. It is actually the most important fiber of connective tissue. Collagen makes up 30% of our protein in our body. So I need to be supplementing this as much as possible right now, just because of these studies alone, but also because I need elasticity and I need connective tissue repair, because this was a connective tissue tear. It was soft tissue off of soft tissue. So the more that I could supplement to help that elasticity bind and regrow and build together, the more I'm gonna do. The number one way that I'm taking my collagen right now is in my juice. The reason why I'm not missing putting it in my juice every day is that vitamin C increases collagen synthesis. Collagen synthesis is the entire process of collagen throughout our bodies. Our bodies already create collagen on their own, but by supplementing it, I'm adding even more collagen to the equation and enhancing its effects. From production to secretion, the collagen creates strong and flexible fibers in our muscles. There's studies from doctors in Harvard of upwards of 1,200 participants that show that collagen does help when it comes to flexible skin, youthful skin, and tissue repair. I have friends and family that have taken collagen and immediately started feeling better in tough joints like their knees, just from putting a dose of collagen in their coffee every morning. So if you're not already taking it, take it. And if you do get injured, take even more of it. But don't take my advice, do your own homework. Some of the supplements that I'm taking right now and that I take already every single day are my D3 and my K2, my zinc, my magnesium, astaxanthin. They all have their own benefits, especially when it comes to my recovery, but I'm taking them even if I wasn't going to be hurt, but I'm making sure I'm not missing a day now. I'm getting other vitamins through my food, from my iron, my vitamin C, my vitamin D, my calcium, but having a whole food diet is a major factor in recovery and just a healthy life. So next steps the rest of this week look like my checkup with my nurse on Thursday, so that's 2 days out from now, where she's going to do a wound care check to make sure I haven't messed this up. I've kept it completely dry. I've stayed out of the sun to avoid sweating on it. I'm doing my best to keep it dry. Even the original bandage is still pure white, even though I have DEXTER sometimes jumping up on it. Hopefully I get the green light or the okay that I'm doing a good job when it comes to this wound care. In that same visit with my nurse, I will get the script for my PT to see how many sessions I'll get a week or how many they want me to get a week. Friday should start that first session with the physical therapist. I'm always a little weary when it comes to physical therapists. A lot of them tread lightly, a lot of them go too hard. So that first week or two, I'm kind of going to be seeing how I feel going through it. If I feel like this person's a little too cautious, or if I feel like they're pushing me a little too hard, and just also get to know them. The physical therapist that I was going to start with was not referred to me by anyone besides the doctor's office, so I don't have any personal recommendations to them, and I'm always looking for those personal recommendations, and that's kind of why I'm creating this video, for if you or anyone that referred you to me knows my story and knows my recovery going forward. I will check back in with you guys on Thursday, either before, during, or after my appointment with the nurse, and let you know how everything's going and how everything's going to look going into weeks 3, 4, and so on. And as for the brace, try to keep it on still as much as possible.
3 more weeks.
Oof.
3 more.
How many more days?
3 more weeks.
3 more weeks.
Yeah. Done. All done.
You want to come up here? You can come up here. Hello. Hello. So I'm back with my... Watch those paws. Watch those paws. Watch. I'm back with my next update. It is a day earlier than expected. As soon as I finished recording yesterday, the doctor's office called me and asked if I would move my appointment up, so I graciously did. The nurse took off the other bandages, so this wound might look a little different to you today than it has in days past, or even earlier in this clip. She said I'm allowed to let it breathe now. It can get wet, so I can shower freely and not have to put coverage over this. And I can go outside and sweat a little bit, obviously not go for any rigorous workouts. I got my PT script. They want me to go 2 to 3 times a week, starting on Friday, which will be 7.5 days after the surgery. She said that's typical. Nurse said no upper body workouts whatsoever right now, but I can start to do lower body if I want. So she said freely do some air squats or extensions on your couch or whatever, but by couch it sounded like go to the gym and hit the leg extension machine, so I might just have to do things like that right now. Not sure what the PT plan is going to be besides 2 to 3 weeks. This is an upper body workout. I wonder if she said can't play tug of war with my dog. But 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 times a week. I have to keep the brace on for 3 weeks, she said. We'll see what the physical therapist says. If they say I'm doing fine and I don't need it so constricted all the time and maybe it comes off earlier, it'll probably come off earlier. I feel good, but obviously I don't know what's going on internally. So I don't know the science behind it, where, it could take weeks or months for it to fully reattach. I could be Wolverine and it's already reattached. I don't know. Gonna wait until I get the game plan from the physical therapist and assess from there. Just keep that blood flow going. That's very key in this. You can't really be stagnant. So sitting around like crazy, sitting around is driving me crazy. After being someone who walks like 5 miles a day, to barely walking a mile is making me go nuts, and it's making my dog go a little nuts too. Granted, my dad's here to walk him, but he gets to the end of the driveway and he's like, I don't want to go. I know his dad is back home, being me. So our life has been a little lazy lately, and it's only been 2 weeks. Can't let it set in, so looking forward to the activity to come, and let you guys know what the physical therapist has in plan for me come Friday. It is now exactly 7 days since my surgery, almost to the hour, and I just had my first PT session this morning. What the physical therapist was working on was range of motion based on degrees. This is 90 degrees up. I'm expected to be at about 45 degrees currently. This is all with the bat on. This is 90 degrees up. I should be at about 45 degrees at that. This is I can't even get to 90 degrees out this way with my good side, but you can imagine 90 degrees all the way out, I should be at about 30 to 45 with the bat on. That is what I should be at the end of week 2. So technically tomorrow starts week 2. So week 1, I should be at neutral to less than neutral. Neutral just being straight down as it is now, less than neutral being closed like this, because as I said in a previous video, you want that muscle as closed as possible to start that mending process. Doctor told me I'm stellar when it comes to these two directions right now, but have a little work to do over the course of the next week when it comes to going out. I told him, can you work this side too? Because this side could probably need it as well. We eventually got to the 30 to 45 degree range today, but we weren't getting there right away. When it came to these other two angles, other 2 degrees, I basically got all the way to 90 on both, but we just killed it right there once he saw where I could get and focused on the one that really needed the work. So I was very happy when I heard how I was progressing so far. I mean, I haven't done anything. I've been in this thing since the beginning. So to see where I was now, hopefully I keep that trend in the long run and can progress this quickly for the rest of the recovery. I also got 3 workouts to do a couple times a day. Workouts are going to be 2 of them in the sling, 1 of them out of the sling. I'll demo all of them for you now. So one is just a shrug, and hold that shrug up. So hold it 1, 2, 3 and down. 1, 2, 3 and down. Doing 30 reps of that. The next is a retraction of the scap. So I'm going to be squeezing my back, my shoulder blades together. So I'm going to retract, back, retract, 1, 2, 3, back, retract, 1, 2, 3, back, retract, 1, 2, 3. He also told me a cool way to take off my brace so I'm not constantly velcroing it is I'm going to shrug this up, slide that over, take this puppy off. Now the next one brings that range of motion and where we're at into play. You're going to bend over, support yourself with your good arm, and let your bad arm dangle. But we don't want it to dangle all the way, right? If I were to go like this, that's that 90 degrees. So if I were to bend over, 90 degrees. So we want about that 30 degree mark, right about here. So I'm going to hold myself up with my good arm and bend at about what I think this arm would dangle at 30 degrees with. Now I'm not going to swing my arm and use my muscles to swing my arm. I'm going to sway my body and let my body kind of just let my arm swing around and just let it swing. But I'm letting it swing by momentum of my body. So I'm going to dangle that at about 30 degrees, maybe get in a wider stance so I have a little more range, and not fight it dangling around, but let it swing for, what does it say here? 30 seconds on, 3 sets, 3 times a day. Those are the 3 workouts that I've got planned, well, that the PT has planned for me. I can touch the wound now, so when I'm in the shower, I can actually wash it, let it get wet. These bandages are gonna fall off eventually, but massage around the point, even a little bit on the point, nothing crazy, just very gentle, kind of in circles, promote blood flow to it, not stretching it out though, just around. He was digging in there a little bit, seeing what hurt. I'll let him do the harder pressure. I'm not gonna do that just yet. I'll probably do it later on, but right now, just fingertips in there, circles, circles, circles. Pull it, push it from the heart area to the injury area. Push that new blood into that area. Still gonna be having that ball in this hand and squeezing it to promote blood flow through the arm. I'm sitting there in the PT office waiting to meet with the physical therapist, and I'm just staring at the leg extension machine, and I'm like, I think I'm just gonna hop on it. I'm gonna hop on it. As I get up to hop on, he's like, Daniel? I'm like, today, maybe I'll just, in between sets of doing my shrugs and my retractions and my little pendulum arm, I'll do some squats while I wait and cool down a little bit. Not gonna go overboard because he did work me today, but I'll probably still do those 3 times a day. They're nothing intense, and I feel a little more relaxed. Like I don't have to necessarily be like this in this tight position. If I wanted to sit here like this, I'm comfortable doing that now. So still gonna keep the brace on for the 3 weeks that they say, just so I'm not letting this fly out and go a little too far, accidentally reach for something. But again, this is only week 1, so we'll see what's in store for us ahead. So continue to stay tuned and follow along for my recovery and keep me in your prayers. Thank you.